everyone. Let's start with the arithmetic workshop. So before moving, let us just do this very simple question. Simple question है amount multiply हो रहा है 4 से in every 10 years. So when would the amount becomes 256 times, right? Simply you can always assume any principal amount. Say amount is 100. ठीक है, इसको तुमको 256 times करना है, which means you have to make it as 25600. Now what is given to you is 100 से 400 होगा 10 years में. ठीक है, फिर ये जो अमाउंट बना ये वापस से 4 times हो जाएगा, which is 1600. ठीक है, फिर it will be 6400. Okay, then 6400 into 4 is what? 16 into 16, 25600. पूछा यही है that when the amount is getting 256 times, so answer is nothing but 1 2 3 4. It is 40 years. So simple question, everyone is clear? Amount 4 times हो रहा है, 100 कोई भी एक नंबर मान लो, start multiplying the initial principal by 4 times and then keep on doing it unless you get it 256 times. Okay, moving to the next question. Let's solve this one. This is the very first question of SICM. Let's go step by step. ठीक है, तो क्या बोला है क्वेश्चन में? Question says a person lent rupees 39,650. Okay, in 3 different parts. Okay, say first part है कुछ, say this is P1. Second part है, say this will be P2. P1 को 4 साल रखता है, P2 को 3 साल रखता है. Third part is P3, which is for 2 years. If anyone is not comfortable with Hindi or bilingual language, let me know then and there. Then he offered simple interest on each part at the rate 5% per interest. ठीक है, हर part पे simple interest लगाया. ठीक है, and the amount he received on all the 3 parts are equal. Okay, find the value of the third part. ठीक है, यहाँ पे what is the key? Key is the amount that this particular person has received on all the 3 parts are equal, right? तो फर्स्ट पार्ट का अमाउंट, सेकंड पार्ट का अमाउंट, थर्ड पार्ट का अमाउंट, तीनों पार्ट्स के अमाउंट सेम है. अभी अमाउंट क्या होता है? सिंपल इंटरेस्ट लगा है, सो अमाउंट इज प्रिंसिपल प्लस सिंपल इंटरेस्ट. ओके, एंड व्हाट इज सिंपल इंटरेस्ट? सिंपल इंटरेस्ट इज नथिंग बट P into R, which is 5 into जो भी T है divided by 100. This is the formula of simple interest. I hope everyone remembers and knows this. इसमें मुझे प्रिंसिपल और ऐड करूंगा, right? Then this will become amount. Then this will become amount. So now मुझे सिर्फ time is one variable that I have to put in. ठीक है, so first part, let us consider first part. कि first part से amount कितना आएगा? First part was P1, उससे amount कितना आएगा? P1 into 1 plus R into T. R is 5 and time period is 4. So it is 5 into 4, 20 by 100. Okay, then P2 into 1 plus 5 into 3, 15, 115 by 100. Okay, then P3 into, it is 2 years, 5 into 2, 10, so it is 1.1, which is 110 by 100. This is what we get. And what is given to me is कि जो 3 parts divide करें उनका सम कितना होना चाहिए, which is P1 plus P2 plus P3 should be equals to what? So it should be equals to 39,650. Now not sure ये क्यों नहीं हुआ? It's simple, right? This is nothing but 120. 100 cancel हो गया. All of these will go by 5. So what is this? 24, 23, and this is 22. 22 P3 is equals to 23 P2 is equals to 24 P1. So now what I need to do is I need to find ratio of P1 is to P2 is to 3. See, if it is given to me that 24 P1 is equals to 23 P2 is equals to 22 P3, how do we calculate P1 is to P2 is to P3? What we do is we try to equate it to the LCM of the coefficient. इनका LCM कितना होगा? It will be 23, 22 और 24 का LCM कितना होगा? 2 is their HCF, 2 is their HCF, बचा कितना? 11 into 12. So
132
into something, right? So let us use calculator and find out ये number कितना आता है. तुमको निकालना क्या है? You simply have to calculate P1 is to P2 is to P3. Now it should become very easy क्योंकि P1 कितना है? P1 में you have to just cancel 24, right? This is 23 into 2 into 11 into 12, राइट? अगर तुमको P1 is to P3 P2 is to P3 निकालना है, P1 is to P2 is to P3 will be what? P1 का वैल्यू कितना होगा? You just cancel 24 from the right hand side वाला नंबर, कितना बचा? 23 into 11, ठीक है? कितना होता है ये? 253. ये तो पता है ना कि मतलब how do we calculate 23 into 11? We simply add 2 and 3 and 2 plus 3 कितना होता है? 5. We just enter 5 here. That is the shortcut to do faster calculation. It is 253. So this will be 253 is to what? P2 कितना है? 23. So you will divide 23 from the right hand side. कितना आएगा? 132 into 2, which is 264 is to P3. P3 में क्या करना है? 22 divide करना है. Then it is 23 into 12, which is 230 plus 46, which is 276. So this is the ratio that you have calculated. अब ये पता है कि इन सब का सम मिला के कितना होना चाहिए? It should be 39,650. Let us try to add them very quickly. इसको बताओ add करके क्या आता है? 793 units. So now it is given to you कि जो 793 units है, this basically corresponds to 39,650. ठीक है? इसका मतलब 1 unit will be what? 50 rupees. Correct? If 1 unit is 50, पूछा गया है find the value of the third part. So third part क्या होगा? 276 into 50. Simply you just do 27600 by 2, which is 13800. 13800 is the final answer. 13,800. So now let's move on to the second question. Simple question, but then people mess up. They actually try to use the formula of compound interest. बड़ी सी equation लिखेंगे and then they are gone. Before solving this question, एक बार एक छोटा सा example ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? Say 100. Say I have a principal of 100 rupees, ठीक है? And how do we make it short? यहाँ पे मैं सारे ऐसा ही लिखूंगा. यहाँ पे I will write all the compound interest. Say मतलब amount due to simple interest and then amount due to compound interest. This is after 1 year. This is after 2 years. Say this is 3 years, 4 years time. Okay. So say rate is, again, this is not related to this particular question. This is just a brush up of SICI. So let us assume that the rate of interest is 10% per annum. Okay. अगर rate of interest is 10% per annum, ठीक है, principal amount was ₹100, तो एक साल बाद amount कितना होगा? Through simple interest. Simple interest में simple होगा, 10% rate of interest है, principal is 100, which means interest is ₹10. तो हर साल 100 रुपए ऐड होंगे. This is 110, 120, 130 and 140, right? Simple interest ये होता है. Then compound interest में क्या होगा? Same चीज, at least first year में तो same होगा, 110. Second year में क्या होगा? Formula भी use में लोगे तो 100 into 1.1 square, 121. यहाँ पे कितना आएगा? 133.1. Very good. यहाँ पे
146.41.
Good. Okay. Come on guys, you should know 1.4 का par 4 कैसे निकालते हैं. So now you have to calculate the difference. ठीक है? Let us try to understand कि SI और CI में difference क्या होता है. So after 1 year difference is absolutely 0. ठीक है? After 2 years difference is 1. After 3 year difference is what? 3.1 and so on and so forth. ठीक है? This is what is the difference. So after 1 year ये जो difference आ रहा है, ये difference किसकी वजह से आ रहा है? See, ये 110 was nothing but 100 plus 10. 10 was the interest amount. ठीक है? This was also 100 plus 10.
Interest on 10.
Correct. And this 120 was 100 plus 20. And this 121 was also 100 plus 20 plus ये जो इसके पहले साल में जो इंटरेस्ट लगा था which was 10, उस पे भी इंटरेस्ट लगेगा वापस, है ना? So it is nothing but 10% of 10, which is nothing but 1. Hence you try to add 1 year. ये कॉन्सेप्ट सबको क्लियर है? Again, a very basic concept, but this is what we'll try to use in this question. So it is nothing but ये दो consecutive years given है. You know इन दोनों के बीच में difference कितना है? 946 minus 860, which is nothing but ₹86, right? And next year का जो भी compound interest लगेगा, it will be nothing but जो पिछले साल का compound interest था उसके ऊपर 10%, उसके ऊपर जो भी R% है that should be added, right? Which means ये जो difference आ रहा है, this difference, this difference of 86 should nothing be but जो भी तुम्हारा rate of interest है R% of your previous year का interest. So previous year का interest is nothing but 860, right? Hence ये वाला value आता है. मतलब again it is just the basic of SICI. There is nothing much to do here. जो भी difference आ रहा है, difference is coming because of जितना भी last year पे interest लगा था, compound interest क्या होता है, interest पे भी interest लगता है, तो interest पे फिर से interest लगेगा, so it is R% of 860 and that will contribute to this 86 number. Hence answer has to be 10%. Simple question है अभी. So principal is given as 100, rate is 20%. तो एक साल के बाद interest कितना होगा? It will be 100 का 20%, which is ₹20. ठीक है. And second year में डिफरेंस किसकी वजह से आएगा, इस इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर वापस इंटरेस्ट लगेगा, which is 20 रुपीस के ऊपर वापस से you have to apply interest at the rate of 20%. So 20% of 20 is nothing but ₹4. Hence answer is 4. If my principal is P, एक साल के बाद इंटरेस्ट कितना हो जाएगा, P into R into 1/100. इसके ऊपर वापस से I will have to apply interest at the rate of R%. So this should be my difference of SI and CI, CI2 minus SI2, right? 2 साल के बाद ये होता है. Now just substitute P equals to 100 and R equals to 20. You will get your answer. Question number 4. A very interesting question. Question is, what annual installment will discharge a debt of ₹9,800 during 4 years at 15% per annum simple interest? Find the loan amount. एक बैंक है, तुमने बैंक से कुछ X रुपए लिए, पैसे लिए, 15% की इंटरेस्ट रेट है, ठीक है, और 4 साल के बाद तुमको 9,800 रुपीज तुम टोटल दे रहे हो, ठीक है. तो टोटल तुमको 9,800 को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है एंड हर साल, एक साल के बाद तुम कुछ इंस्टॉलमेंट दोगे, फिर सेकंड ईयर बाद, फिर थर्ड ईयर बाद, फिर फोर्थ ईयर बाद. सो वो फिक्स्ड अमाउंट कितना होगा विच शुड अकाउंट फॉर ₹9,800 एंड बैंक ने तुमको कितना लोन दिया है. आंसर्स आर, लोन अमाउंट इज ₹6,125 and installment is ₹2,000. That's the answer. Chalo, time up. Bank has given you some loan, Ankur, right? So you definitely have to pay off the loan amount after 4 years. Jitna bhi principal amount diya, that you definitely have to pay off. What extra will you have to pay off? Interest. Correct. So loan plus interest should be equals to your total debt, which is ₹9,800. Correct?
Yep.
You have to calculate loan amount. Interest will be calculated on what? On the loan amount.
Loan.
Say loan amount be P. So P plus what will be the interest on loan amount P? That's simple. Batao.
Yeah, 15%. 15% of P into 4.
4. So P into 60/100 is what you have to incur. Should be equals to 9,800. Now it's simple, right? P is nothing but 9,800 by 1.6, which if you solve you will get 16 6 are 96 6,125. Your part key total debt is ₹9,800, right? So what annual installment will I have to incur? So I think most of the students, what they've tried to do here is they've simply divided 9,800 by 4. And जो भी आंसर आता है 4 to 8, 16, 2450 is what most of the students were saying. Is this correct?
No.
Why?
Because each year we will be paying X rupees from that principal sum, which will have the additional interest over the next year.
True.
For example, if I pay X rupees out of that, then the next year's principal will be 9,800,612 principal minus X into that. Then the third year it will be minus 2X times that.
Absolutely correct. So see, we have to pay some amount, right? So let us try to make it able. So what I'm saying is, see, because this 2,000 amount, say had this loan be for say 20 years. So do you really think that ₹2,000 now versus ₹2,000 20 years ago, was it the same? It was not the same, right? Because a currency also inflates. So that inflation or that factor has not been considered, which is why we can't simply divide it by 4. What we'll have to rather do is, I have 4 years, right? say first year, second year, third year, and fourth year. Okay, and let us assume that the installment that I'm paying be rupees P after every year. So after first year I'm paying P, after second year I'm paying P, after third year I'm paying P, and after fourth year I'm paying P amount. Okay, and we know that all of this should actually contribute to rupees 9,800 after 4 years, in 4 years, right? So this 9,800 rupees should be the value of this currency that I am paying every year. Okay, so the amount that I pay for the very first after the first year, right? उसके बाद एक कितना बचा? After the first year we have paid rupees P. So 1, 2, 3. So after 3 years, this amount of P, will it remain P or will it actually increase? Because अगर मैं पे नहीं करता, अगर मैं बैंक में डाल देता तो मुझे डायरेक्टली इंटरेस्ट तो मिलता, राइट? सो the actual value, or we can say if you are from a finance background, then this is what we do, right? कि net present value क्या होगा, future value क्या होगा. So these are the terms that we use once you are into a B school. That what is the future value of the amount P after 3 years? It is nothing but simply P into, like P तो है, ठीक है, P plus P into R कितना है? It is 15% into 3 years by 100. So actually this P will become 1.45 P. Why? Because 15% पे मुझे interest भी मिल रहा है. So actually जो मेरा my currency is actually increasing at this rate of 15%, which is why this amount of P which I have paid after 1 year, this will actually factor as P plus 45% of P. Similarly, if I talk about this value of P, this will be what? This will be nothing but P plus 30% of P, which is 1.3 P. Similarly, this amount of P, this will be what? P plus 15%, which is 1.15 P, and the fourth will be P. And if you add all of it, you should actually get rupees 9,800, because we are saying कि 4 साल के बाद the amount that I want to receive is rupees 9,800. So now it's a simple calculation. 9,800 is nothing but, इसको solve कर लेना. This will be 4P plus 4530. This is 0.9P. Okay. So now you can simply solve it. P comes out to be rupees 2,000. So what we are doing is, I'm repeating myself, for a bank. If I'm a bank, right? So for a bank, if it gives loan, it basically incurs उसको loan का जो भी amount है, that is what the bank needs at the end, plus whatever be the interest rate. This is what happens from a bank's perspective. But if you are a borrower, right? If you are a borrower जिसने loan लिया है, what you have to do? You have to actually pay annual installment. The annual installment that you are paying, जितना भी principal amount है, plus उसका future value. Okay, and if you equate both of it, it should actually come out to your total debt, which is rupees 9,800. So this is the concept that will be very commonly used if I have to make any tricky question. And try to think practically. तुम बैंक के पास जाओगे, loan लोगे, then what are the steps that will happen? This is how even EMI gets calculated. I want everyone to be able to solve the next question. Exactly same concept. Monthly installment का future value in 4 equal monthly installment. Let monthly installment be P. 4 की table बनाओ. 1 after 1 year, after second year, after third, after fourth. Right? P. Find their future value after 4 years, and that should be equal to your total debt. Now the main question is, how do you calculate total debt? Because that is not given to you in the question. What is given to you is the loan amount. That if you're paying rupees 25,000 in cash right now, or you're making a down payment of rupees 5,200 followed by 4 equal monthly installment, it's same. So what it basically means is, jitna bhi delta amount hai, rupees 25,000 that you are paying in cash right now minus 5,200 delta amount, that is the extra amount, right? So that difference plus whatever interest that you incur basis the data given, वो जो final amount आएगा, that should be your total debt. So that is how you will calculate total debt, and then you will equate it to the monthly installment wala future values, and you will calculate monthly installment. First thing is monthly installment निकालना है. Okay, so I will again consider first year, after second year, after third year, and after fourth year. Correct? monthly installment, let this be P and P. So क्या बताया था मैंने, after 4 year जितना भी total debt होगा, ठीक है, so P plus this amount of P which was paid after 3 year, उसका future value कितना है, calculate it right now. What is the future value of the amount of the monthly installment that was paid after 3rd year? You can unmute, you can speak up.
1.25p.
It will be P plus interest लगेगा इस पे for 1 year. Interest will be what? P into R. R is what? 25 by 12. 25% is per annum. This is monthly. So 25 by 12 will be the interest. Into time is 1 and by 100. Right? So this will be the interest. 25 by 12. 100. और सिर्फ परसेंटेज. सिमिलरली इसका कितना होगा, P plus 50 by 12% of P, right? Similarly, this will be what? P plus 75%, 75 by 12% of P. I'm just calculating the future value so far for 1 month, for 2 months, for 3 months. These 4 amounts should actually contribute to my total debt. तो इनका सम कितना हो गया? This is nothing but 4P plus 75 plus 25 is 100 plus 50, 150 by 12. Okay, 150 by 12% of P. जितना भी amount आता है, you can do. Now all you have to do is you have to equate it to the total debt. Now how do you calculate total debt? See, here you have to be very careful. यहाँ पे loan plus interest is your total debt, right? What is the loan amount? Either the phone is available for rupees 25,000 in cash, or even before purchasing this phone, you're making a down payment of rupees 5,200. This basically means that your loan amount will be 25,000 minus 5,200, right? Because 5,200 तो तुमने अभी पे कर दिया, जो बचा है उस पे installment दोगे ना. So 25,000 minus 5,200 will be your loan amount, which is what? 19,800. And interest कितना होगा इस पे? 19,800 into 25 into 4 by 12 into 100. Simple. 4 months है तो 4 by 12 years हो गया. 25% is the rate of interest by 100. Very simple calculation. 4 3s are 12. This is 66. 66 into 25 plus 1980. So this is nothing but 1650 is your amount. So 1650 plus 19,800 will be 21,400. So this becomes your total debt amount, which you will equate here and solve. And now if you solve, you will get, so what is this? 150 by 12%. If you have to convert this into fraction, what is this? This is nothing but 1 by 8. You just convert percentage to 100. So this is 1 by 8. So 4P plus 1 by 8 is equals to 21,400, right? So 33P by 100 is 21,450. So P should be equals to, if you just solve this, you will get P is equals to rupees 5,200 is the answer. 5200 is the answer. And now let's come back to some calculation intensive questions. Okay, so let's see. Can anyone explain how did they solve this?
So rate is 16.67, which is 1 by 6. So I did P into 7 by 6 into 7 by 6 is equals to 4,900. So my principal amount is 3,600.
Okay. P into 1 plus 1 by 6. So 7 by 6 into 7 by 6 should be equals to 4,900.
4,900.
Great.
So
You
P is
got
equals to
principal
3,600.
and then you can calculate CIS. Good.
Yes.
Very good. So see, this is of course one method, but this you can apply because यहाँ पे ना figures are like relatively easier. So let me talk about one alternate approach. So see, rate is nothing but 1 by 6, right? You first step, convert the rate in terms of fraction. So from percentage to fraction, this is nothing but 1 by 6. So this is R, okay, and time is 2 years. T is equals to 2 years. So what you have to do is you have to assume P, because in all such questions, you will assume P to be equals to rate whatever entity is there in the denominator of R. Okay, say this is 6. to the power whatever is the time period. So you will consider principal to be equals to 6 to the power 2 is equals to 36 units. Okay. So now if you're considering principal to be equals to 36 units, then amount is equals to 4900, right? This is the principal. Then after first year, यहाँ पे interest will be what? Interest will be simply 1/6 of 36, which is 6 units. Okay. This is after first year. And after second year, in second year interest कितना होगा? Same 1/6 तो लगेगा ही, 1/6 of 36 units because that is the simple interest. So that is nothing but 6 unit plus you will also add 1/6 of 6 because 6 was the earlier interest and compound interest is nothing but interest over the interest. So in the 7th year, I will have 7 units of interest. In the first year, I will have 6 units of interest. Total interest is 13 units. So in total, my amount should become 36 plus 13 is equals to 49 units. Okay. And this 49 units basically corresponds to rupees 4900. So 1 unit it corresponds to rupees 100. So principal was 36 units. It is 3600. Interest was 6. Simple interest was 6 plus 6, 12 units. So it is 1200. Compound interest was 6 plus 7, 13 units. So it is rupees 1300. Okay. Try to use this method. It will ease your calculation and this will become very faster for you to solve. Okay. So now see, you already know one method using the formula. Try not to use it and then solve these questions.
So we'll take PE as 9 square, 81 units.
P is 2 years. And R kitna hai? R is 11, 1 by 9% is 1 by 9. So we will take P
so
as
P 81, 9 square.
81 units. Okay.
Yes. So first year ke liye 9 units.
9 units will be the interest.
And second year ke liye 9 plus 1, 10 units.
Equals to 10 units. Very good.
Yeah. So total 19 units corresponds to 950 rupees.
Very good.
So 1 unit corresponds to 50.
Okay. Then
So then you can get 81 into 50. So your principal will be 4050.
okay. Good.
And amount 4050 plus compound interest is given 950. So 5000.
Very good.
And simple interest again 9 into 50. So 450 into 2, 900.
No. Wait. Simple interest kitna hoga? Will it be 9 or 18? For 2 years.
It will. So for 1 year 9, then for 2 years 18. So 18 into 50. 900.
Good. 900. Great. Now let's slightly change the figures and now solve it. Again, apply the same method. Simple question again. Rate is nothing but 5%. Guys, abhi bhi nahi ho raha, then there is something wrong with your understanding, because it's the exact same question that we have already done multiple times. Rate is 1 by 20. So we will consider principal to be equals to 20 cube, which is 8,000 units. 8,000 units. Okay. If this is 8,000 units, and तो first year में interest कितना होगा? Because it is given to me कि total compound interest मुझे निकालना है for 3 years. So first year, second year, and then third year. First year में कितना होगा? 8,000 into 1 by 20, which is 400 units. Okay. So 402 is the simple interest. So it will definitely be there in all the years. 400 तो हो गई होगा. 400 will definitely be there because it is the simple interest that will be accumulated. Now, this is the first year का interest. Second year का interest क्या होगा? You will again add 400 by 120, which is 400 into 120, so plus 20. Okay, this is the interest over the interest for the second year. This is first year, this is second year, and this is the third year. And third year में what you will do? Again, same cheese. Is 400 वाला 20, इसका this 400 का 20 plus this interest, that was the last year's interest, 20. 20 into 1 by 20 will be equals to 1. Is this clear? How am I writing? 400 plus 20 plus 20 plus 1. This 20 is interest over the first principal and a 400 pay. So 400 into 1 by 20. Simple interest. This has been accounted. Then second year pe jo 400 tha, that has also been accounted. Then second year ka jo interest tha, that was rupees 20. Us pe we will have interest at the rate of 1 by 20. So 1 by 20 into 20 will be equals to 1. So this is what will come in the third year. Okay. So now if you just try to add all of them, this is what 1200 plus 61 units. So 1261 units correspond to 25220, which means 1 unit is rupees 20. So principal was 8000 units. 8000 into 20. Answer is 1.6 lakhs. And now if someone asks you that what is the difference between compound interest and simple interest? What is the difference between compound interest after 3 years minus simple interest after 3 years? What do? It is simple. This is the simple interest. You will just remove it. Bacha kitna? 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 1. So it is nothing but 61 units. Correct? And now this gives us a generalized formula that, because in CAT more often 3 years is what is commonly asked. So if you have tried to consider, say, rate as 1 by A, if you have converted the rate from percentage to fraction and this comes out to be say 1 by A and say time is n years, then you consider principal as e to the power n and delta of 3, which means after 3 years the difference between the compound interest and the simple interest, this is nothing but 3a plus 1. This is what you're getting here. It is 20 plus 20 plus 20, 3 into 20 plus 1. And that is a generalized result that you can use. This is the summary of what we have learned. Let's solve this question. Rate is 16.67%. What does that mean? Should be on the fingertips. It is what? 1 by 3 is 33.33%. It is half of that. So 1 by 6. Time is 3 years. So my principal has to be what? Rate is 1 by 6. So A is equals to 6. Time is 3 years. So principal is 6 cube, which is 216 units. Principal is given as 2160. So 1 unit is rupees 10. Difference between SI and CI after 3 years, we have just learned it is 3A plus 1. A is 20. A was 6. So 3 into 6 plus 1, 19 units is the answer. 1 unit is rupees 10. So answer is 190. Done. This is the last question from this topic. Now, I'll not give you the result upfront. You have to slightly think and then use it. Rate is 15%, which is 3 by 20. So far, हमने rate लिया था 1 by 8. This time rate is 3 by 20. That is the hint. Typically, if this question comes in mock, I'm telling you average time will be 2.5 to 3 minutes. See, when rate is 3 by 20, it is nothing but you can convert this to this format. So it does not matter कि A integer है या नहीं. So this is nothing but 1 by 20 by 3. Okay? So now A becomes 20 by 3. So difference between SI and CI कितना होगा? After 3 years, it will be 3A plus 1. A is 20 by 3. So 3 into 20 by 3, which is 20 plus 1, 21 units corresponds to 3402, which means 1 unit will be rupees 162. Okay. And principal will be 20 by 3 to the power 3. That's it. These many units. You have to multiply this with 162. You solve this, you will get 48,000 as your answer. Clear? So we have sort of covered all the different, unique, tricky, and difficult variants from SICI. Okay.